Behind him for the Florence Y'alls out in left field, making his first start in left field. Yesterday he was in center. It's Steven Hrustich in center field, returning to center field. It's Ed Johnson. And then in right, as always, TJ Reeves. In the infield from third to first, Brian Fuentes at third, Alberti Chavez over at short. Langston Ginder returns to the lineup. He's playing second. And over at first is Hank Zeisler. Behind the plate tonight will be Sergio Gutierrez with the designated hitter, Zaid Richardson, on the pine, waiting for his batting spot in the fifth spot. Reed Smith making his 2024 Y'alls debut, his first professional debut after a season in Division III college and then 2 seasons with Louisiana Tech. Do you know the mascot for Louisiana Tech?
No.
I'm unsure as well.
Oh, I thought you were teeing me up for something. Well, let's see.
No, I do not
I've got
know.
Google. Louisiana
Tech
team
keyboards.
name.
The keyboards.
I mean, they are Tech. My older sister did her grad school at Carnegie Mellon, and they were the Scotties, like the little dog.
Wow.
Louisiana Tech Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs.
Good team name.
Good team name for Louisiana Tech. That's Reed Smith, the Bulldog on the mound, hopefully, for the Florence Y'alls, born September 7th, 2000, out of Lufkin, Texas, 6'2", 220 pounds. Stands in a sideways windup for the first base side of the rubber. First pitch in there for a strike to Cam Feltz. 89.9 there, dotting up the inside part of the plate. Feltz in the lefty's batter's box. Absent from the lineup yesterday, but a formidable foe. 35 stolen bases on the season. He leads the Frontier League. 0-1, check swing, fouls it. Straight back off, right around the first base dugout. 0-2 count quickly.
Well, I'm happy to see Reed Smith attack here. That's essentially why you sign him. Attack the count. And Cam Feltz is a good leadoff hitter. He knows how to work it to see a few more pitches to get his team a better look at the starting arm. But already down 0-2.
As a sideways windup, 0-2 pitch is fouled down the first base line. So he spent 2 college seasons at Louisiana Tech. Worked to a combined 11-9 record in those 2 seasons, a 6.78 ERA in 128 2/3 innings pitched. What does that come out to? About 64 innings pitched per season, if I can do the math correctly. 64 and a third.
Yeah.
That'd be exactly 128 divided by 2.
Good
I still
job.
got it. I still got
Rory.
it. Still got. Hey, without a calculator. 1-2 pitch. Grounds it a high hopper right behind the mound. Picked up by the third baseman Fuentes. Quick throw, not in time. Infield single for the speedster Cam Feltz. And the first hit of the ball game on the first batter for the Windy City Thunderbolts.
And here, if I'm Bobby Jenks, the manager for Windy City, I'm testing Reed Smith right here. I'm telling Cam Feltz to go. Make this guy feel nervous. He just squeaked out a hit on him. That's got to be one of the worst feelings in the world as a pitcher because you rightfully got him out.
Yeah.
That is a ground out. It's just he put it 4 feet into no man's land.
Yeah, tough one here. Now you're facing Thomas Rodriguez in the righty's batter's box. Cam Feltz goes on the first pitch. The pitch right down the plate, a called strike. Tag applied. Ball escaped Langston Ginder. The throw did beat him. Cam Feltz calls time, stands up. Looks like he's good over there. A stolen base number 36 on the season for him. This is something we saw yesterday. Thomas Rodriguez was the leadoff man. He reached base on a walk, stole, or actually advanced on a pass ball, and then it was a beautiful hit and run to score him within just a few pitches to start the game. 0-1, in there again, called strike, 90 miles per hour, catching the bottom of the zone, 0-2. Another guy who he starts off 0-2 to begin this game. Still looking for his first punch out. Fastball slider change. I assume the slider is the put-away pitch. 0-2. Bounces in the dirt. Gutierrez picks it up. 1-2 count with a runner on second. Nobody out here in the top half of the first inning. Y'alls and the Thunderbolts here in Game 2 of the 3-game series. Modest crowd on hand here at Thomas More Stadium. Takes a look back at second from the stretch. Runner takes off. 1-2 pitch, fouled away. Cam Feltz with another good jump. Over there at second, Reed Smith's got to switch up the looks to keep him close.
But Smith still attacking batters after allowing that hit to the first man. I'm liking what I'm seeing, even though it hasn't produced an out yet.
Yeah, no, he's still, throwing down the pipe, which is what he's there for. Just got to induce some more soft contact. Here comes the 1-2, fouled away again. We got a very loud crowd to our right. That is the FC Cincinnati Stadium operations.
Hey, they know how to put on a good environment. I've heard that called the best soccer environment in America.
Good, and they're bringing a good environment here to Thomas More. They're very loud when anything is happening. I know it looks like one of their person throwing out the first pitch was a buddy of theirs. Big applause for him. Good hold. 1-2 pitch, grounded down the third base line, foul. Not grabbed there by Bobby Jenks. He gave it a whirl. Bounced right off the bare hand. Count stays 1-2. Rodriguez yesterday 1 for 3, 2 walks and 3 runs scored. He was very efficient in his plate appearances. Roll the T-Bolts. Another long hold. 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Fastball catches the bottom of the zone. 91 miles per hour from Reed Smith. And there's his first professional strikeout. Here on June 12th, 2024. Got to keep that ball, young man. Retires Thomas Rodriguez for the first out on the top of the first inning. That'll bring up Henry Kuziak. Kuziak in the first inning yesterday launched a 2-run shot. That put the Bolts on top. 3-0 early. Steps off, takes a look over at second. That's still Cam Feltz out there. We know he's got some wheels on him, 36 stolen bases. Now on the season. That is a Frontier League leading number. Takes off this time, first pitch. Called strike, throw down, tag applied, he's off the bag. And he breaks for home. Thought he got him on a tag. Now he's in a run down between third and home. Gutierrez has the ball, throws it to Chavez, covering. It's a race to home, who's tag applied in time. Cam Feltz retired on the base path. There's 2 away with the bases clean and an 0-1 count.
Well, smart, assertive work from Brian Fuentes to safeguard the bag there. He was like a hockey goalie, just keeping someone away from blocking his view in the net. That was, I guess in this analogy, the puck carrier, but getting back to the actual baseball. Then he ran him down well.
It was a called strike on a fastball there, 0-1. Skied high behind home plate. Gutierrez removes the mask. He's under it, tries. And he actually put a glove on that, even though it was on the other side of the net.
He was laughing after that. Trying to make a Joe Mauer-esque grab there.
Amazing. If he caught that through the net.
I don't know if that's possible.
That would have been amazing.
It would, yes. Impossible catches would be amazing.
That would have been top 10 easy. From the windup, 0-2 pitch, ground ball up the middle, fields it through his legs. Wow, what a play. And an unconventional 1-2-3 inning for Reed Smith in his professional debut. Keeps the Windy City Thunderbolts silent. We'll head to the bottom half of the first inning here on y'all's Baseball Network.
If you notice on the first base dugout, a certain somebody, some might call him the greatest mascot of all time. We just call him the All-Star here at Sunday Sports Game. Please say hello and make some noise for him. Down there for that, we've got one of the greatest Super Bowl coming down there. We're going to start having on the crowd team. Say hello again, everyone.
Are y'all having a good time? You can do better than that. Well, we have t-shirts, so if you get up and you cheer a little harder, you might get a t-shirt.
This bottom of the first inning brought to you by Central Bank. Central Bank was founded on the idea that banks can and should be pillars of their communities in good times and in bad. We're as dedicated to this principle today as when we opened our doors in 1946. In everything we do, in every way we serve, we start with you. Visit the Florence location today at 7310 Turfway Road.
Ed Johnson, Hank Zeisler, and Brian Fuentes due up here in the bottom half of the first inning. 0-0 between the Bolts and the Yalls. Thomas More Stadium, Florence Yalls baseball on Yalls Baseball Network. First pitch to Johnson, catches the top of the zone, in there for a strike. What a play to end that last inning. That was quite the web gem from Reed Smith.
Hey, we were talking about how FC Cincinnati has its game day crew here. Well, we saw a good soccer move.
0-1 misses outside. You're right, that was very soccer-esque.
Yeah, it looked like he kicked it up in a sort of bicycle kick way.
Yeah. Almost actually a nutmeg that I thought fielded between his legs.
Oh, yeah.
1-1 pitch, misses outside, 2-1. It's Will Armbruster on the mound. Armbruster has already faced the Yalls this season. A 1-1 record with a 2.10 ERA. 2-1 pitch is skied out into left field, sends Rodriguez back right in front of the track, has room. He's under a long out for Ed Johnson, who saw 4 pitches in the leadoff spot. Armbruster. Five shutout innings on May 14th against Florence. Hank Zeisler sends this one out in shallow left field. The shortstop Kuziak is back and catches that over his head. 1 pitch, 1 out to Hank Zeisler. There's 2 away.
Acrobatic stuff there. Looked like he lost the ball in the sun at the last second, but he was already on the way over. So really impressive play to catch that essentially moving in the wrong direction.
That'll bring up Brian Fuentes, trying to have the Yalls not go 1-2-3. It's been quick. 4 pitches to Ed Johnson, 1 pitch to Hank Zeisler. Fuentes takes the first pitch outside, misses, 88.4 there on a fastball. It's a fastball change slider mix for Armbruster. Fastball averages around 89.9. 1-0 misses outside with the off speed. 2-0 count, 79 miles per hour there on the breaker, 2043 spin rate. Fuentes awaits the 2-0 pitch, leaves it on the outside part of the plate. Yakertek has that missing about 2 inches off. Called strike, 2-1 count. Fuentes yesterday, 0 for 3 but 2 walks. Increased his team lead there. 2-1 pitch, dots up the outside part of the plate. 88.5, 2-2 count with 2 away. Here in the bottom half of the first inning. Two-two pitch, swing and a miss. 1-2-3 inning for Armbruster. Yalls have seen him before. That didn't matter. They went down in order quietly. And it was a quick inning. We'll head to the top half of the second inning here on Yalls Baseball Network. 0-0 between the Bolts and the Yalls.
Bringing you the top of the second inning, 0-0 here, and it's time to introduce our umpires, presented by Republic Bank. One of Newsweek's best banks in America in 2024. It takes stellar customer service and strength across the board to account for success like that. Come see why it's just easier here at any of Republic Bank's ATMs in the tri-state area or the 5 locations right along the Ohio River. It's Brett Gyron behind the dish, Nick Barone at first, and Greg Hendricks at third. Jesse Cook and Roy Tenemer up here in the broadcast booth.
Joe Johnson awaits the first pitch. It's in there for a strike. Fastball at 88.8, dotted up from Reed Smith on the mound with an unconventional 1-2-3 inning in his 2024 Y'all's debut, his professional debut. 0-1 pitch laced down the right field line but foul. Joe Johnson has that power. We saw that yesterday. He launched a grand slam pull side over the right field wall. Kind of put the game out of reach for the Y'alls. They made it 12-0 in the 6th inning there. Waiting the 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses upstairs. 90.3.
And remember, the pitch before his grand slam, he hit it about 400 feet foul.
Yeah. That was off the lefty Gage Bim, who was coming in relief at the time of Joe Kemlich.
Rather unexpectedly, Bim had not been warming up, but Kemlich suffered an injury.
True. Bim finished inning in 2/3, 7 hits, 6 runs. Johnson skies this one out into left field, shallow left. In comes Harustic over there. He's under it, and there's one away.
Yeah, Steven Hrustic, Rory, we said you didn't make a good first impression on us because we watched him during batting practice drop a fly ball for our first time seeing him in the field. But he's been perfect as a fielder in these 2 games in which he's played, including a nice grab out there.
Yeah, he's had a good track there on a ball trending towards the foul line. In steps Christian Kazemka. 1-0 count. That's the first ball thrown on a first pitch from Reed Smith here in his professional debut.
I mean, you know how much I like whip, walks and hits per innings pitched. He had a 1.4 whip in college.
1-0 is fouled away, 1-1.
And I think that's part of what attracted him, or attracted Chad Rhodes to him, was that you had someone who was throwing strikes when the Y'alls were having problems with walks.
Yeah. In steps the 1-1, fouled away. Y'alls trying to limit the free bases here, bringing in 2 new arms. Reed Smith, one of them, and Randy Abshire is the other, another lefty from Hawaii, who was supposed to be scheduled for tomorrow, but been told he is scratched. 1-2 pitch, check swing in the dirt, didn't go around. Nice off speed there from Reed Smith. There's the slider, 84 miles per hour, 2-2 count. So, looks like Abshire will start on Sunday.
Oh, he gets a day game, gets family fun day. Gets to take on the red-hot Lake Erie Crushers.
It's true, could use him as a nice stopper there. We're don't know who the starter will be tomorrow yet. That hasn't been announced, but might be Yannicker Villalobos. 2-2 pitch, fouled away.
I saw Yannicker making his daily jog around the campus here. He jogs from the clubhouse into the stadium, runs up and down each aisle, and then does, I believe it's 3 laps of the field. And then he runs back to the clubhouse.
He runs back, yeah. Always wearing a hood as well. 2-2 pitch. Send high down the left field line. Hrustic looks up and watches it fly. 1-0. Bolts lead the Y'alls on a 2-2 hanger over the plate. Sent high and deep into left from Christian Kazemka. Bolts get their 3rd home run of the series. They strike first here in Game 2.
That ball went 105 feet further than the fence. It was a 430-foot blast into the parking lot. It almost hit the light tower.
Pretty amazing. 2-2 pitch just left over the plate. In steps Brandon DeRiggi. First pitch misses inside to him. 1-0 count.
These are part of the growing pains. When you're new to pro baseball, he attacks the plate, but you have to learn how to throw swing and miss pitches.
1-0, misses outside. Yeah, fastball slider change. Not really a put-away pitch in there. I mean, the slider maybe, but you throw the slider enough to where a batter is going to see it far too many times to actually be swing and miss material. That one's fouled back, 2-1 count.
It's sort of this philosophy that I heard when I played Ultimate Frisbee in high school. You can take any good athlete and teach him how to throw, but you can't teach someone who's good at throwing how to be a good athlete. You can take someone who finds a plate how to swing and miss.
2-1 pitch. There's a swing and a miss there. 2-2 count, one away.
But you can't teach a swing and miss pitcher how to attack the plate. Some guys just don't have that. They get timid.
First base side of the rubber, sideways windup, 2-2 pitch. Check swing in the dirt. They said he went around. Man. Tough call there from the home plate umpire, but it's strikeout number 2 in the second out of this inning for Reed Smith.
Maybe Brett Giron is trying to gain the Y'all's crowd favor back after he tossed Chad Rhodes on SpongeBob night in May and made a couple other questionable calls during that series.
Maybe. In steps Emmanuel Sanchez in the righty's batter's box. First pitch misses downstairs. 1-0 count to him.
It is still one of my favorite instances, even though it negatively impacted the Y'alls. That might be the first time anyone has ever been tossed wearing a SpongeBob jersey.
You'd have to check on that. Who was the first team to wear a SpongeBob jersey? That was your trivia that night. That one misses outside 2-0.
The Norfolk Tides. I think that was 2015.
Yeah, I wonder.
I guess that's the secret formula today. We'll just never know.
The secret formula. 2-0 pitch, ground ball to Hopper to Alberti Chavez. Fields it, throw to first in time. Relatively quiet inning, only 4 batters sent up, but one of them a solo shot from Kristen Kazemka to give the Bolts a 1-0 lead over the Y'alls. We'll head to the bottom half of the second. It's the 4-5-6 coming up for Florence. We'll be right back here on Y'alls Baseball Network. Bottom of 2 here at Thomas More Stadium. TJ Reeves, Zaid Richardson, and Steven Harustich will step up to the plate for the Y'alls. They trail 1-0 to the Windy City Thunderbolts here in Game 2. Rory Tedemer alongside Jesse Cook taking you inside Thomas More Stadium. TJ Reeves, relatively quiet game yesterday, 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts. First pitch to him. Misses upstairs, 90.4 from Will Armbruster on the mound. Will Armbruster 1-2-3 in the top half of the first inning. 1-0, swing and a miss. Kind of one of those half swings from TJ Reeves there. Curveball in the dirt, 1-1. There comes the 1-1 pitch, ground ball on the backhand of the shortstop Kuziak. Throw to first in time. There's one away. I think the Y'alls really need to get started early.
That was our sent-off skate of the game.
Yeah.
First 4 batters have gone down in order. We said you need production early on from these guys, and we haven't seen it.
Feels like they haven't had a first inning run in forever.
No, it has been a while.
Zaid Richardson, check swing, went all the way around. 0-1 count to him. That ball missed downstairs, 81.3 from Armbruster. Armbruster works strictly out of the stretch, even with the clear bases. 0-1 pitch, runs upstairs and inside. Top of the zone, 1-1.
Last time the Yalls had a multi-run first inning was June 2nd, so 10 days ago. And that was against Washington, the last home game they won.
1-1, swung through it, 1-2 count to Richardson.
Granted, this is the second home game since then, but they went 1-5 on the 6-game road stretch and lost last night back here at home.
Yeah. 1-2. Sent into center field. Feltz, plenty of room. The right center field gap, he's under it. There's 2 away. Yalls 3 pop flies. Start this one through 5 batters, or I guess 3 fly balls. A lot of weak contact from Armbruster. They've been 5 up, 5 down. We'll bring up Steven Hrustich in the second game for the Yalls here in 2024. Yesterday, Hrustich was pretty hit or miss. 2 for 4. He either got a single or 2 strikeouts. First pitch. Misses up high, 90.2. 1-0 count to Hrustich out of Stone Mountain, Georgia. August 9th, 2001. Birthday for the young man there. That catches the outside part of the plate.
Hrustich, born in Binghamton, New York, so not too far away from Elmira, the hometown of Ben Terwilliger, who threw last night, but grew up in Georgia.
1-1, swung through it, 1-2 count with 2 away. Armbruster trying to go 1-2-3 again. They lead 1-0 here on Yalls Baseball Network. Yalls facing a deficit again. Langston Ginder awaits on deck. 1-2 pitch. This is outside. Off speed there, 83.4. Looked like a changeup there. I don't think that was a slider unless it was very tight. Didn't have too much movement. 2-2 pitch. Line drive into left field for a base hit. Hrustich continues to swing the bat well. His 3rd single in 2024. He's now 3 for 5 to start the season for Florence in the first hit of the ball game.
The kid is batting .600 in his first stretch of pro baseball.
Good to see.
I'd say that's pretty good.
Especially with 2-2. I mean, being able to fight off against Armbruster.
And I believe he is still eligible for the Major League Draft later
Should
this
be.
month.
Should be. Langston Ginder. Ooh, kind of an awkward call there from Brett Giron. That was a called strike. 0-1. That one missed a few inches inside. 2-step lead over at first Hrustich. That one runs inside at the foot of Langston Ginder. Even as a 1-1 count. Brett Giron gave the fist there, yeah. Hrustich, haven't seen any wheels from him on first yet this season. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, top of the zone to Langston Ginder, 90.2. You wish he has that one back. Ginder enters just a .115 average, 2 RBIs. He does have a solo shot. Scored a pivotal run as well. Last time the Yalls faced the Windy City Thunderbolts in the game that Armbruster pitched. Langston Ginder was the only run scored in that game. That 1-0 extra inning victory. Two-two count to him. Runner on first, 2 away. 2-2 pitch. Sent high into right field. Darigi is going back. And it's out of here. Langston Ginder, pull side home run, gives the Yalls a 2-1 lead here at the bottom of the second.
Man, he took that one inside, and there was no doubt. Ginder's other home run was something that sort of snuck out of the ballpark to left field. This one just carried a long way. Oh my goodness, Rory just missed. That was the worst throw I've ever seen. We can throw T-shirts from the press box after the all-score run.
Side.
You missed. It's still on the awning. It unraveled.
It did unravel. I'm going to have to get that one. No, I'm still in.
All right, Rory, you can't throw anymore.
That one misses inside. I threw one right after.
Disgraceful.
1-0. Sergio Gutierrez at the plate swings through that one. 1-1 count.
You're lucky I took an extra shirt because you just wasted your second there. So now you've got extra
It's a
ammo.
box full. We have
Yeah.
1,000.
But we don't have to move.
We're able to throw out 24 a game. That one runs inside. 2-1, I believe. We missed the first pitch there after one unraveled. That's a ridiculous statement from JD. There's one still there.
I didn't hear what he said. JD, our PA announcer.
He said one of the worst throws in history.
Correct.
That top thing.
JD knows. He's been in pro sports longer than we have. He knows. I trust him. That was one of the worst throws I have ever seen.
He's trying to go deep.
I hit someone over her shoulder.
All
She
right,
made
let's
a
be
great
real
catch.
here. I dotted up 2 people yesterday.
That was yesterday. This is today. This is now.
And then I had a bullet over there. No one did catch that, but
Disgusting.
you're about to be kicked off the broadcast. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Y'all's take a 2. I said he fouled it away. 2-run inning so far for the Yalls on a 2-run shot from Langston Ginder. They lead the Bolts 2-1. Is that counting as starting off early? I would say so.
I would say so.
Get a lead in the second inning.
Moving back to your throw, you know how USA beat Pakistan in cricket? It was a big one. You could have bowled there. That would have been a great cricket bowl because you have to bounce it.
I mean, it hit off the top of the pavilion. If anything, that was going 450 maybe.
No, you were lollipopping it. The awning is directly above us. Your release point should be out of the press box.
I mean, I'm throwing it deep.
Well, you didn't. You threw it out 5 feet.
The second one I threw out. 1-2 pitch, misses upstairs. 2-2.
I'm 2 for 2 on great throws today. I threw it in the pregame interview over that very tall backstop into the crowd.
2-2 pitch. Line drive into right field. DeRigi comes in, and he's under it. Good piece there from Sergio Gutierrez. But the Alls are retired here in the bottom half of the second inning. Not before Langston Ginder launched a 2-run shot deep into right field. And the Alls take a 2-1 lead. We'll be right back. Top half of the third inning. Tenor Trivia coming up on Y'all's Baseball Network.
The ability comes to quarters for next company products to empower individual cases of other challenges, whether you need a temporary or permanent. We provide a variety of student transfers to fall prevention and IC's protection of communities and products. The ability plus, the partner of the arts.
Top of the third, always brought to you by Roar Agency. Located in all 50 states across the nation, Roar Insurance Agency is highly dedicated to understanding and fulfilling the needs of each client in a more comprehensive manner. Feel the Roar difference with Roar Insurance and visit us today at roarins.com. Top of the third always brings us Tenor Trivia. Y'alls lead the Bolts 2-1. Here in the top half of the third inning, it's Reed Smith going back out for his third inning of work. He's been very good so far. Just a solo shot from Christian Gazemka, the lone flaw on his night. Technically just one pitch, if you think about it. Swing and a miss there at the bottom of the zone. 1-1 count to J.J. Figueroa.
Yeah, one miss to Kazemka, who has been a strong hitter all year. Say it's not bad.
I agree. 1-1 to Figueroa. Called strike there, bottom of the zone, 89.1 on the fastball there. So if you're new to the broadcast, the way we play Teddimer Trivia, I read a question here in the top half of the third inning. In the bottom half of the third, I'll give you guys the answer. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Third strikeout of the day for Reed Smith. 2 swinging, 1 looking. There's 1 away in the top half of the third inning.
Way to take him down. He started off low in the zone, made him chase, and then put it upstairs.
The great pitching from Reed Smith so far, and I'm going to ask another pitching question here for our Teddimer Trivia.
Wonderful.
First, it's Garrett Broussard. The first pitch here. Misses downstairs, 1-0 count. Broussard at the bottom of the lineup here, but yesterday I was asking about 300 Ks. Last pitcher to throw 300 Ks. Now, there's been a lot of strikeouts, obviously, across MLB history, and a lot of big-time players throwing 300. This time I want to know the last player to throw 350 in a season. 350 strikeouts in a season. So last time, 300. Who was it that threw 350 strikeouts last?
Do you want my guess?
That is a Teddimer Trivia here. Let me tell the fans how to play first while we still got this inning going. 2-0 count to Broussard. Big nod, yes, there on the pitch from Smith. Curveball. He was correct. In there for a strike, 2-1. So fans, if you want to play, if you're listening on Meridex, you can comment in the chat there. That is our radio stream. There's a little comment section where you can drop your answer. And then if you're playing on Twitter, you just follow me at ArtTeddimer9 or go to the Florence Y'alls Twitter page. That's Florence_Y'alls. Ground ball left side foul. 2-2 count. And I've already put the question out there on Twitter. You can either mention me, ArtTeddimer9, and I'll be able to see your answer, or just comment in that comment section, and I'll be able to shout you out on the broadcast. Would love to do it. We had a lot of great fan engagement yesterday. The question again, yesterday I was asking about 300 strikeouts. Now, who was the last pitcher to throw over 350 strikeouts in a season? 2-2 pitch, ground ball, right side, Johnson, or Ginder has it. Throw to first in time. There's 2 away. Now you can give me your answer.
So I'm going to go with the big unit, Randy Johnson, and it's because he is second all-time in strikeouts. So I figured the closest to Nolan Ryan is probably the safest bet, considering he also played in this century. I don't think any modern pitcher has gotten up to 350 recently. I mean, I know you did say that Garrett Cole got it early in the year, 300.
That one's in there for a strike. 0-1.
But I don't think any person in good conscience would have a Yankee be an answer 2 nights in a row. That would be evil.
Well, he's been a lot of different places. He could be just a pirate in my mind.
He's currently a Yankee.
He's currently a Yankee
Revolting.
on my fantasy team. On my fantasy team.
You know, the Yankees are good in the books of Reds fans because the Reds beat them in the '76 World Series.
There you go. There you go. And we're in Cincinnati, so that does stay true. It's a 1-1 count to the top of the order in Cam Feltz. Ground ball right side. Another one to Ginder. Has it shuffle step in a 1-2-3. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Reed Smith on the mound. He's been brilliant so far through 3 innings of work in his professional debut. Y'alls take a 2-1 lead in the bottom half of the third inning. Get your answers in for Teddimer Trivia. We'll be right back here on Y'alls Baseball Network.
Cincinnati Stadium operations team. Live scene in the house tonight. The also like to wish a very happy birthday to Bill Horton. Thank you for choosing to celebrate with us here this evening. Thank you to all of you for being a part of tonight's festivities. That goes the RZ Coach for extra HVAC services that line refrigeration plus outside solutions in Cincinnati. Lincoln Gapco for being a top partner of the Porch Office. scheduled for the outfield area. If you want to head your way over to the Jacksonville Food Zone area, right to the corner, you'll be able to run across the outfield at the end of the day.
Bottom half of the third inning, Y'alls lead 2-1. They're going back out to work. It's Alberti Chavez stepping to the plate, the 9-hole hitter, followed by the top and Ed Johnson and Hank Zeisler. Still out there, Will Armbruster. The Windy City Thunderbolts right-handed pitcher. First pitch inside, misses to Alberti Chavez. We are playing Teddimer Trivia here in the third inning. As always, I'll read you guys the question here, but I will be reading the answer in this inning, so if you haven't got it in, make sure to head over to Twitter, ArtTeddimer9, and I've already dropped the question there. I guess on X, you can call it. I still like calling it Twitter. 1-1. Catches the bottom of the zone there and there for a strike. The question today, yesterday I was asking about 300 Ks, the last one to do it. Today I want to know who was the last pitcher to get 350 strikeouts in a season, and break down your deliberation for us again.
I'm going with Randy Johnson because Garrett Cole was one of the answers yesterday, and I know he did it early in the season, but I think it would be evil of you to give me, a Red Sox fan, 2 trivia questions with a Yankee as the answer in a row. And also Randy Johnson, second all-time in strikeouts.
Alberti Chavez grounds this one left side and foul. Now, Randy Johnson played for the Yankees, so.
Yes, but he's not a Yankee. Also, his first game with the Yankees was opening day 2005 at Fenway Park after the Red Sox had won the World Series. During that run, they overcame the 3-0 deficit in the ALCS at the hands of the Yankees. So I'm okay with that. He's a Mariner and a Diamondback, and I guess a Giant as well.
How about that 2005
and an Expo
season coming back here? Bobby Jenks, the coach there, is Alberti Chavez. This one down the left field line that drops in right behind third base for a base hit. Leadoff runner aboard. Bobby Jenks, the closing pitcher for the 2005 Chicago White Sox pitcher, or White Sox World Series win, is the third base coach and manager of the Windy City Thunderbolts. So that 2005 season keeps coming back. And did you get any guesses there on Meredix?
No.
No guesses. We got a lot here on Twitter, including, I just got one from Randy Abshire. Ed Johnson bunts one down the third base line. Barehand play in time. Really nice play from the third baseman, Broussard, to retire Ed Johnson. That's a sacrifice bunt regardless to move Alberti Chavez into scoring position.
Wait, you got a guess from Randy Abshire, who is scheduled to pitch this week?
I got a guess from Randy Abshire. This has to be his dad.
I don't know if
Randy.
I didn't see a junior next to his name or the third.
Maybe he has a different middle name. I think then you don't get the junior moniker if you have a different middle name because it's not the full name.
I wouldn't know. My dad's name is Ben. Mine is Jesse. It doesn't work for us.
There you go. Well, either way, he did guess right on your wave there with Randy Johnson. Gregory Burton tuned in. He guessed Nolan Ryan. And then my dad also tuned in, and he guessed Nolan Ryan.
By the way, I do have 2 guesses through text.
Yep.
One from my dad saying Nolan Ryan. One from his childhood friend Jamie Wingett, who is in attendance tonight, saying Randy Johnson.
Okay, so one said Nolan Ryan, one said Randy Johnson. I got one from Lissa Lee as well saying Randy Johnson. So what's the splits there? We got 3 Nolan Ryans and 4 Randy Johnsons.
Heck of a convention there.
Yeah, how about this? Well, it's a 0-2 count to the batter, Hank Zeisler, at the plate with a runner on second, and Alberti Chavez, 0-2 pitch, punches him out on a fastball inside.
I will tell you that my dad did have the number of strikeouts that Nolan Ryan threw in with his text with 383. So that makes me think he's correct. But I'm sticking with Randy Johnson because he didn't tell me the year. He didn't tell me Randy Johnson didn't do it.
Yep.
He just gave me his guess.
Now, was he the last player is the real question. And that's something you guys will have to talk about when you're home because you have outsmarted him in trivia. Congratulations. The correct answer is Randy Johnson.
Let's go.
300.
I outsmarted my dad, the baseball genius.
372 strikeouts in 2001. This one skied high in the infield. Over near second base, Sanchez is going back. He's called off, or actually he'll call off Kuziak as well. And that will end the inning. After a leadoff single, we strand him out in second base. Randy Johnson is your correct answer. Y'alls will take a 2-1 lead here to the top half of the fourth inning. We thank you for playing 10 number trivia and hope you guys continue to chime in. We'll be right back here on Y'all's Baseball Network. Y'all's lead 2-1.
Excellent speed and agility. Y'all start well done. High from the cross for all of the kids participating. Here comes the Florence over. We have a little on the red coming in the end here. You got it. Keep it up. Let's turn on Phillips today's finish. Across the field there. The wrong number 2 legs.
The Kids Run here, always brought to you by Once Upon a Child. Once Upon a Child provides a sustainable and convenient way to buy and sell gently used kids' clothes, shoes, and toys, focusing on quality, safety, and value. Each Once Upon a Child location individually owned and operated by local business owners, so you can feel good about shopping small. Visit the Florence location at 7941 Mall Road today. We enter here in the top half of the fourth inning. Y'all's lead 2-1 over the Windy City Thunderbolts.
Beautiful blue skies here at Thomas More Stadium for the second night in a row. The Y'alls hoping to avoid last night's deficit, a 12-2 loss, their 6th loss in the last 7 games. And today they're up 2-1 as we enter the top of the fourth inning. Reed Smith still on the bump in his professional baseball debut. Comes to the Y'alls from Louisiana Tech. The righty going up against the 2-3-4 hitters in the Windy City Thunderbolts order. Righty-righty matchup with Thomas Rodriguez. First pitch on the way. Big swing and miss out in front of the changeup at 88 miles per hour. Rodriguez struck out looking last time up, marking Smith's first professional strikeout. Smith nods, raises his tan glove to his eyes, sways and fires the 0-1. Fastball low and away, called a strike. On deck awaits Henry Cusiak and Joe Johnson. Combined, these three are 0 for 3. They're the meat of the sandwich between Cam Phelps' leadoff hit to begin the game and the Christian Kazemka home run that briefly gave Windy City the lead. The 0-2. Fastball rides high and away. 1-2 count. Thomas Rodriguez, a California native, spent all of his college ball in California, south of Anaheim at Vanguard University. Smith into the windup, his 1-2. Dances low and outside for ball 2. And the Y'alls acquired him by signing him earlier this week for his ability to attack the strike zone. He had a whip of 1.4 his last year of college. 2-2. Fastball high and away. That looked like a strike. Home plate umpire Brett Giron says it was not. 3-2 count. Looked like he painted the corner belt high. Doesn't get the benefit of the doubt. Has to rebound again with the full count into the windup. Here he goes. Swinging a fly ball right field. TJ Reeves backtracks 5 steps, ranges to his right and makes the grab, fighting the sun. 1 up, 1 down to begin the fourth inning. Reed Smith, now through 3 1/3, has allowed just 2 hits and 1 run. He's struck out 3. Henry Cusiak comes up to the plate on the right side. He was robbed of a hit by Smith's soccer skills last time up. He sent one up the middle, and Smith accidentally kicked it to himself and made the play. First pitch. Runs inside and high for strike 1. Rory, that was a highlight reel play in his first inning of pro ball.
Yeah, very good play there. Hopefully we see that on the top 10 tomorrow.
I hope so. Fingers crossed. The 0-1, swing and a tapper to the backstop. We submit a lot of great plays to the Frontier League, hoping they'll get featured, but conveniently, almost every time, there is some shenanigans that go on in the Eastern Conference with our friends in the expansion team of the New England Knockouts. Lots of New Jersey and New York calls. 0-2. That one bounces a solid 2 yards in front of home. We'll call that a spike, and he gets to redo. 1-2 count.
I'm going to add on to this Tettemer trivia here. It was Randy Johnson the correct answer. Could you guess his age, the season he did that?
Well, you said 2001. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Reed Smith cuts him down, his 4th strikeout. A far cry from 350, but hey, who knows?
You start somewhere.
You start somewhere. Nobody on, 2 away for the 4-hitter Joe Johnson. Well, Randy Johnson was on the way out in 2005. He was in one of his last couple years. I'm going to go with 38.
Wow, it was 37.
Huh.
Very close.
First pitch to the lefty, Joe Johnson. Waits on a changeup in the dirt. And you might be wondering, why haven't we heard the Cook quiz yet? Well, if you miss on the Tettemer trivia, you always have a second chance with the Cook quiz. We're going to wait a half inning to get the question and then the answer because my dad will be joining us in the 5th. Pitch comes in for a strike, low and away. And while he got today's trivia wrong, he usually does a pretty good job, and I felt like it would be appropriate while he is here in Florence to let him answer one live. 1-1. Swinging a rope up the middle. Dive from Chavez at short, and it just escapes his webbing. First hit of the inning. That is the first knock for Windy City since the 2nd inning. They went 8 straight without a knock.
I thought he was going to have that one.
Looked like it. Chavez, a very acrobatic play up the middle. He was cheating a little bit over to the right side anyway with the lefty batter, but the shift was not good enough. And here comes Christian Kazemka, who mashed the ball last time up 105 feet over the left field wall. First pitch. Fastball below the knees. He checked his swing. First base umpire Nick Barone says he went. So 0-1 count. It's a 325-foot distance to the left field wall, and Kazemka sent it 430.
Wow.
2-away runner on first, 0-1 from the stretch. Swinging a dribbler up the middle. Chavez gives up. That one rolls into center field. One base there. So the 2-away runners on first and second now for Brennan Dorigi.
I might be missing something here. I thought Chavez should have had that line drive, and he thought he could have had that grounder as well. At least give a bid on it.
Ball travels really fast on the turf. Looked like it had some faster backspin after its first bounce. That might be the reason why Chavez relented on that. Now it's up to the lefty, Brennan Dorigi. He struck out on 5 pitches last time. First one on the way. That misses low. Dorigi played 4 college seasons at Wofford before taking a grad year this season at Iowa. He started 2024 in Pro Ball in the American Association with the Milwaukee Milkmen, and he was traded to the Sioux City Explorers. Reed Smith steps off and fakes to second. He resets. So he's been on 3 teams already this year. Correction, his last college year was last season. This is his 3rd team. 1-0 sent out to second. Ginder has it at the hip. Deals on to first for out number 3. Thunderbolts threaten, put a runner in scoring position, but can't score. It's still 2-1 Y'alls as we move on to the bottom of the 4th, and we'll have our Cook quiz question after the break here on the Florence Y'alls Baseball Network.
It is time for section sing-off. So, we're going to split the stadium in half. First base side, your team 1, you'll be going first. Third base side, your team 2, you're going second. Whichever side sings the loudest and most accurate will be our winners. So, let's play team 1 song.
Bottom of the fourth inning coming your way here at Thomas More Stadium. It is beautiful weather out here. Blue skies all around, not a cloud in sight. Just like last night as well. The Owls are enjoying a 2-1 lead to complement the good weather. And we can enjoy the Cook quiz. So Jesse Cook and Rory Tedham are up here in the broadcast booth. In the spirit of my family being here in Florence, I'm asking which father-son duo has played the highest number of games in Major League Baseball combined. So that is the question. The Owls coming up to the plate with their 4, 5, 6 hitters, TJ Reeves, Zade Richardson, and Steven Hrustich against Will Armbruster, his fourth inning of work. Second time pitching against the Owls this season, and he allowed a 2-run homer to Langston Ginder. First pitch to the righty Reeves, he swings and chops it down the third baseline, foul.
Same team?
No, just combined games between a father and son in Major League Baseball.
Oh,
which
man.
duo has he most together?
Father and son. I mean, I would go Griffey. Both had pretty long careers.
We could have two Mariners for our quiz answers today. 0-1 misses outside and low to Reeves.
There's something up.
Well, I guess it could be three because both Griffey Jr. and Sr. played for the Mariners, and Randy Johnson was the answer to the Tedham trivia question.
Yeah.
1-1 to Reeves. He waits on a curveball low and away for ball 2. Your question was, who is the last pitcher to record 350 strikeouts in a season? Some people guessed Nolan Ryan. I was correct in guessing Randy Johnson, and the Owls are 5-2 when I correctly guessed the trivia. 2-1, spurred out to third. Backhanded stab for Broussard. He rockets across at first and gets him by a step.
Man.
Garrett Broussard dealing across the body on the run. Nabs one of the fastest players in the Owls order in TJ Reeves. We've seen him track down fly balls in right field like a hawk, and he stopped there. That brings up the DH, Zade Richardson. Zade is tied for the team lead in RBIs with TJ with 24. Righty-righty matchup, first pitch. He swings and loops a pop-up into left field. Rodriguez chases in about 12 steps. He's got time and makes the grab next to his shoulders for out number 2. 5 pitches, 2 away here in the bottom of the fourth inning. 2-1 Y'alls the score, nobody on for Steven Hrustich, who in his pro career is batting .600. Went 2 for 4 yesterday. He's 1 for 1 so far today. Y'alls brought him up from the University of Michigan earlier this week, and he's doing a great job. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch to the college man. He swipes and misses ahead of the curveball.
And the scenes in Cincinnati Great American Ballpark for Ellie De La Cruz bobblehead night.
Man.
Packed lines.
If we weren't here, I would have gone.
Shoulder to shoulder.
People love him. 0-1 to Hrustich. Watches a curveball over the heart of the plate for strike 2. It's an 0-2 count to the man who was first team All Big Ten this season. Played his first 4 college years at Northwestern, and he ended up in his last year there second team All Big Ten. 0-2 bounces next to the plate, so it's a 1-2 count for Hrustich. And he's been advertised as a solid corner outfielder. The Owls tried him out in center field yesterday. There were no problems, made no errors, had a good time, but now he's back in his natural habitat in left. 1-2, swinging a pop fly foul off to the right side. That one over the party patio and into the parking lot.
Jason Stowers returns over there as the first base coach. Yesterday we saw David Heilbrunn over there.
Son of the owner and director of player procurement.
David Heilbrunn. Gets a whole seat to himself on the bus. I'm very jealous.
1-2. That bounces. Well, he's responsible for half the players being there. He's procuring the players. So he must procure seats on the bus for himself where he does not have to sit next to any of the players that he brought.
That's true.
Very smart move. 2-2. Check swing at the changeup top part of the zone. Not in there. That missed about an inch above the belt. Full count, bases empty, 2 away here in the bottom of the fourth, 2-1 Y'alls. The 3-2. Swing and a tapper down the third base line and foul. Just escaped third base coach and manager Chad Rhodes. Extended his left arm and couldn't grab it.
Haven't seen many ground ball, foul ball plays by Chad Rhodes this season.
No, he's been pretty stationary out there. 3-2. Check swing on one in the dirt. He went around. Strike 3. The Alls go down 1-2-3 for the second time today. We move on to the top of the 5th inning, and we'll get the answer to the Cook quiz, and we'll get an appearance from my dad, Ben Cook. So stay tuned here on the Florence Y'alls Baseball Network, 2-1 Y'alls. Top of the 5th inning coming your way here from Thomas More Stadium, and it's sunny out here, and I guess the man next to me could call me that too. Jesse Cook next to Ben Cook for the top of the 5th inning, 2-1 Y'alls. I think the last time you and I called a game together was Sharon High School girls basketball after my senior year of high school.
Yeah, and I'm sure that whatever game we called together in Sharon, Massachusetts, we can remember one thing was true about every single one of them. They never won one.
Well, the Y'alls trying to come up with their first win of this series. Righty-righty matchup. Reed Smith going against Emmanuel Sanchez. First one on the way. Fastball at the knees, but just a bit too low for ball one. And you're very familiar with this area. So while I was born and raised in Massachusetts, outside of Boston, you grew up in Cincinnati, just about half an hour north of here.
Yep.
1-0 on the way. Curveball misses at the shoulders, 2-0 count. So in one of your first times back in a while, what have you noticed that's changed out here?
Well, first of all, if you drove, you mentioned Ellie De La Cruz bobblehead, and I mean the Riverfront Plaza there, or whatever it's called now outside Great American, is mobbed at the moment, which is a great thing to see because if you could see the gray in my hair, you'd know that I grew up in the era of the Big Red Machine, and it was always a mob scene because they were the best.
3-0. Fastball at the knees for strike one, and you made your first trip to Great American Ballpark today. Mm-hmm. I know you proposed to my mom at Riverfront Stadium.
That is true.
So it's
and she said yes.
Yes,
so, you know.
That's true. 3-1. Swinging a dribbler to third. Fuentes Fields on the run. Overstepping the bag. Lobs onto first. And Zeisler picks it for out number one.
Ooh. Nice dig over there.
Really solid work on both corners there. That brings up J.J. Figueroa, who struck out swinging last time up. That was the third of 4 strikeouts for Reed Smith. And you toured Great American Ballpark. You saw the Reds Hall of Fame. Did you have a favorite part?
Well, the whole tour was great. I mean, I when you grow up with a stadium, I grew up with Riverfront, and I loved it, and I hated to see it go, but holy Moses, that place is so much better.
Swinging a pop fly behind the dish. That one actually creeping out into the early infield. Zeisler running in, but Gutierrez calls him off and slides to make the catch. Lost it in the sun, but keeled over his legs to grab that, and there's quickly 2 away. So I guess while we have you, we should get that Cook quiz question back out there and get your answer. Which father-son duo has the highest number of combined games played?
Okay, so I texted you my answer, and your mom agreed, and our friends Jamie and Shiloh, who are here tonight, are having a great time, and they agreed too. The obvious answer is the Griffies. Now, I don't know if that's true, but they both...
That one to Garrett Broussard, sent into right field for a base hit. He had his first Frontier League knock yesterday. Now he has one more today.
But they both had such long careers. They both, Ken Griffey Sr., almost 20 years, Reds, Braves, Yankees, Mariners. And Junior did play almost about 20 years too. But I did think at one point that it was a trick question and it might be Pete Rose and Pete Rose Jr. But I don't think so because Pete Rose Jr. played about a week and a half.
Well, you are unfortunately wrong. Top of the order up, first
All right,
pitch on the way.
Can I make some more guesses? Can I waste even more broadcast time guessing?
Sure.
Okay.
By the way, that was a strike.
Okay. Jamie also suggested the fielders, but I thought probably not because Cecil went to Japan for a while. Cecil and Prince fielders. That's wrong, correct?
That is wrong.
Boy,
So you are correct that is incorrect.
Oh, yeah. See, I'm correct about something.
0-1 to Cam Feltz. He chops out to second. Ginder has it at the shoulders. Darts on to first for out number 3. And he got so quickly. What? Do you have a last-minute guess? Give you a third chance here?
No, I do not. But I'll think about it during the break. How about that?
It was Bobby and Barry Bonds.
Oh, the Bonds.
You were off by about 100 games. Griffey's combined for 47-68. The Bonds, 48-35. So you were off by under 100 games.
The question is, what did Rory's dad say? Because we always guess the exact same thing.
Well, I'll ask Rory what Rich said, but I'm so glad you got to join me on the broadcast. Feels just like old times, and I'm glad you're back home. I love you. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Thanks, Jess. Right back at you. Here, we're going to hug. You
Yes.
can't see it, but we're hugging.
All right, y'all will be back in a moment. Y'all's coming up to bat with the 7, 8, 9 hitters here on the Florence Y'all's Baseball Network. Suit towards the crowd. He's got a little bit of room. He reaches up, but it clangs off the top of the fence. That keeps Rodriguez alive. Just inches there. Tommy Rodriguez stayed at home pretty much for his college ball out in California, south of Anaheim, playing all 3 collegiate seasons at Vanguard University, an NAIA program. Smith takes a deep breath, quickly fires his 0-2 again, swing and a miss. Reed Smith K's another one. That's the second time he's taken down Tommy Rodriguez. That is his 5th strikeout in his Frontier League debut.
So I think your dad must have hit the audio a little bit. So we're sorry if you guys didn't miss that entire last half inning. It didn't have sound, but you did have the video. You just couldn't hear Jesse's voice.
That one popped up into center field. Incoming is Johnson. He makes the grab in front of the letters. So Henry Cusiak retired. He's now 0 for 3. So you're telling me that Ben Cook, who deals with audio equipment as a professional musician all the time,
yeah, I don't know how
I don't think it was him.
I don't know how he was sitting, but
he just sat down. I don't think
sat down. I mean,
I
right
don't think it
behind
was
this,
him.
you got to be tentative here.
It was probably just some sort of Wi-Fi malfunction. First pitch on the way to Joe Johnson on the left side of the plate. He watches a fastball low and outside for ball 1. Johnson digs back in at a wide open stance at the back of the box. He deals. Fastball above the belt and outside for a 2-0 count.
All that matters is we're back.
That's true. That's true.
Nosferatu must have just did something to our audio.
2-0. Check swing. He went around. 2-1 count for Joe Johnson.
Nosferatu. Look at this. Darian Williams warming up here.
Yeah, that's a strange one. I thought the Y'alls would save him for the end of the game.
I'm down to see him in a game where it's a tight one. Might be the first time all season where he's coming and the Y'alls are leading by just 1 run.
Yeah, he will get a taste of some exhilaration here for the first time. 2-1 Y'alls, 2 away. The 2-1 pitch to Johnson. He watches a backdoor changeup for strike 2. Bases empty. Smith has allowed just 1 hit to his last 7 batters, and that was Garrett Broussard sending a single into right field. 2-2 from the windup. Swinging a dribbler through third base and into left. Broadcasters jinx and action. He's aboard. That brings up Christian Kazemka, who is yet to be retired in this one. He's 2 for 2 with a single in the 4th, and a long home run back in the 2nd inning that traveled 430 feet.
Joe Johnson, very good hitter. That's the man on first base right now. I mean, that is just a good piece of hitting, going opposite field with it. That's why he's there. He's been there all season. Him and Kazemka are some of the only people that have stayed true in this roster. And Feltz.
First pitch on the way, runner off for second. He waits on a strike, throw to the bag, tag applied, out of there. Sergio Gutierrez guns down Joe Johnson trying to swipe second in a move that makes no sense. The guy who's a power hitter at home plate, why are you taking a risk? Comes back and bites the Thunderbolts. Y'alls head off to the bottom of the 6th inning, up 2-1 with the top of the order due up here on the Florence Y'alls Baseball Network.
We got 10 seconds left. So everybody help me count down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Bottom of the sixth inning coming your way here from sunny. Bottom of the sixth inning coming your way here from sunny Thomas More Stadium in northern Kentucky. The Owls are enjoying the good weather as well as a 2-1 lead. They've got the top of the order coming up here in the bottom of the sixth, and Ed Johnson, Hank Zeitzler, and Brian Fuentes. Although those three, in fact, the top 5 batters in the Owls order have combined for 0 hits so far. None of them have even reached base. So maybe we'll see them get into desperation mode as Will Armbruster continues to dominate. He might be trailing, but he has been really good, only allowing 3 hits to complement those 2 runs. Righty-righty matchup with Johnson at the plate. Third time leading off this season. First pitch bounces off the back of the dish. Johnson was tapped to lead off on Sunday in the last game of the series in Evansville, the tail end of that 6-game road stretch between the Schaumburg Boomers and the Evansville Otters. And the Owls won that 6th game. 1-2, swinging a dribbler up the middle through to center field. Johnson has his first hit of the night, and the Owls have a leadoff man aboard here in the 6th inning, leading 2-1.
Yeah, that ends a streak of 9 consecutive retired from Will Armbruster. That's good to see, and I love to see Ed Johnson out there in the top of the order. I mean, a sac bunt his last time around, able to move a runner, into scoring position there. Now Bertie Chavez, granted, we stranded him out on second, but having some situational ball at the top, that's always great.
Here's Hank Zeitzler batting from the left side. First pitch, he swings and tapers it to the backstop foul. Armbruster pitched 3 college seasons at New Mexico before taking his senior year at Arizona State. Also played summer ball in the very prestigious Cape Cod League. That was last year. This is his first season of professional ball. Second time seeing the Owls. His 0-1. Swing and a drive to deep right center field, tailing back towards the fence. That 2 hops the wall. Johnson motors around second. He torches third. Relay home. Johnson dives. He's in! The Owls lead 3-1. Hank Zeitzler into second with a big double. Hank Zeitzler cranks that one into the gap and brings the speedy Ed Johnson around. The Owls did not have a hit in their first 5 batters, 2 times through the order. And right after we talk about that, Rory, their leadoff man and number 2 hitter go back-to-back with big swings. That brings up the 3 hitter in Brian Fuentes. He's also 0 for 2, if you couldn't tell. First pitch to the righty. Fastball right down the middle for strike 1. And Hank Zeitzler, he is the Owls leader in doubles this season. That makes it 11 on the year. He's the only one in double digits in that category. 0-1 to Fuentes. He watches that one bounce outside. Back pick to second. Zeitzler dives, and he's in. Brian Fuentes at the plate. He's been good with the extra base hits. He's got 8 of them this year. 5 doubles, 3 home runs. Also an author of 13 RBIs to date. 1-1. Watches a slider across the zone for strike 2. 1-2 count.
How about Zeitzler with his team leading 11th double on the season?
Yeah, he is the king of extra base hits for the Owls. Armbruster peers back at second, decides on home. The 1-2 bounces. Zeitzler stays put at second base. Would not expect Hank Zeitzler to run. He's tried to steal 3 times this season. He's only been successful once. And all of those were going from first to second. He hasn't tried any from second to third. Armbruster kicks high and deals a 2-2. Misses at the letters. Full count for Brian Fuentes.
He got a stolen base last night.
He did, so they are keeping an eye on him. But again, that was first to second. He has not shown any inclination to try and swipe third. 3-2, Armbruster looks back at second again, deals home, misses outside. Brian Fuentes is aboard with a walk. He started off the season with, a 19-game on-base streak? Did he get up to 20 on this season?
He got to 35. On the season, it was at 22.
22. And dating back to last year was 35. That was snapped last week. Mound visit for Windy City Manager Bobby Jenks taking a long stroll out to the rubber to talk to Armbruster. There is some action in the Windy City bullpen, but Jenks has not asked for the baseball yet. Ryan Fuentes walking on a full count for the 10th time this season. That is the highest number of walks with a 3-2 count on the Yalls. He has the best on base percentage on the team in a full count. It's already up to 625 on the season. That means when there's a full count, roughly, 5 out of every 8 plate appearances, he's getting aboard.
Yeah, no, he's been great.
That brings up TJ Reeves. Jenks sulks back to the dugout while Armbruster digs back into the rubber. TJ Reeves batting from the right side. He's got runners in scoring position, and he's been good in that situation, batting .303 with a man on second or third. First pitch to the righty, swings and pops it foul over the right side. The Yalls lead 3-1 thanks to Hank Zeisler's RBI double that brought around the leadoff man, Ed Johnson, at the beginning of this inning.
Reeves 0 for 6 so far in this series. I would love to see him break out in a big way. One of those iconic right center field 3-run shots. What do you say?
Well, here's the 0-1. He took a home run swing but didn't get any contact. So an 0-2 count. I think he's got an earpiece and can hear you, Rory. He usually hits home run. Every home run that he's hit at Thomas More Stadium, you've been on play-by-play.
Oh,
so I think he waits for you.
You're right. I forgot about that.
But can he break the trend? Can he prove me wrong? Turnaround pick to second. Zeisler dives back in head first, and he's safe.
The daylight pick. That's one where the catcher, I don't know, have you had that play where the catcher will just throw the glove down, and that means the second baseman's breaking in, and pitcher's not even watching the runner on first, but it's like a timed play for a pickoff attempt.
Here's the 0-2 to Reeves. Swing and a miss. Caught him inside with some high cheese for out number 1. Runners on first and second. Yalls lead 3-1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and that brings up Zade Richardson, who is tied with TJ Reeves, the team lead in RBIs with 24. And I caught for 10 years, and I was well acquainted with that move. I never picked anyone off of second base from behind the dish, but I had a few pitchers who could make that turnaround play.
You caught stealings?
I was fantastic catching runners stealing.
What was the pop time?
First pitch to Zade Richardson. Fastball outside for ball 1. My pop time, I have no idea, but it was good. I mean, my last year of baseball, my senior year, I had a fielding percentage of 1,000. You don't mess with me, Rory.
There you go.
1-0. Swipe and a miss. Richardson way out in front of the curveball. That went 81 miles per hour, and it ended up in the dirt. Richardson, a graduate of the Cardinals organization, made it up to Double-A. This is his second year of pro ball with the Yalls. That pitch misses inside. Throw over to first to check on Fuentes. He's back safely.
That was a close one for Fuentes.
He laughs it off and walks back behind the first baseman, Joe Johnson. I read from Scott Hatteberg, the famed A's first baseman during the Moneyball season, that he got great conversations there. 2-1 runs up high to Richardson. It's a 3-1 count. He made the switch to first base during that season. I think that was 2002.
Yep.
And he was moving from catcher, and he said he felt way better about the way he talked to other guys at first base and behind the dish. Felt way more open. 3-1. Swinging a dribbler off to third base, but it hit Richardson's ankle, so he walks that off and gets set to go back into the box with a full count. Zade Richardson this season in full counts has been fantastic. 3 for 8, but only 1 RBI. Yesterday, he led off every time he was at the bat, so he didn't have many opportunities to bring anyone around. Went 1 for 4 yesterday. Zeisler on second, Fuentes on first, 1 away. The 3-2. Fastball down the middle. It escapes the catcher and runs to the backstop. Fuentes takes second, Zeisler takes third, and Figueroa jogs back to home plate with the ball. 2 away now. Richardson is standing on first base. He took off, but that is illegal. He's going to have to go back to the dugout. You cannot take first base on a drop third strike if at the beginning of that play, first base is occupied and there are fewer than 2 out. And he is making the trot back to the dugout now. He strikes out for the first time today, going 0 for 3 now.
He technically did a job.
He did.
Untraditionally.
He
Moved
did.
runners into scoring position.
That brings up Steven Hrustich. He's been doing the job since being signed by the Yalls 2 days ago. And his 1.5 days as a pro baseball player. Now after his debut yesterday, he's 3 for 6. First pitch to the righty out of Michigan. Slider misses outside and low. It's a 1-0 count. Hrustich signed to the Yalls after 5 college seasons, 4 at Northwestern, has last this year in 2024 at U of M. Made first team All Big Ten. 1-0 to the righty. He swings and pops it up over the press box and foul. Hrustich got his first career hit in his second at-bat yesterday. In high school, he was a collegiate baseball newspaper second-team All-American, and he played in the Georgia State All-Star Game. His sister is kind of a crackerjack softball player as well at Delaware. 1-1. He waits on a changeup at the top of the zone, called strike 2. Unfortunately for his sister Grace, she had season-ending surgery about 3 games into the season. So she's waiting on the injured list, but her Twitter is all full of retweets of her brother Steven's highlights. 1-2. Changeup outside and low for ball 2. The Alls lead 3-1. They have runners in scoring position, and Hank Zeisler on third and Brian Fuentes on second. With 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. This is the first time that Hrustich is coming up with runners in scoring position. He didn't get an opportunity with anyone on second or third yesterday. The 2-2. Swing and a pop fly over the backstop again. He stays alive. Every single at-bat today, Hrustich has gone to a 2-strike count. He singled his first time up and scored on the Langston Ginder 2-run homer. After that, he struck out last time in the 4th inning. Ginder's 2-run homer was the difference until this inning when Hank Zeisler scored Ed Johnson on the double. 2-2. Swinging a rope into left field. In comes Rodriguez. He lets it fall. Zeisler scores. Fuentes around third. He's got the green light. The relay home. He dives. Safe! 5-1 Florence. Steven Hrustich has his first professional RBIs. And with 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th, the Yalls are enjoying a 3-run inning. That brings up Langston Ginder. And last time Hrustich singled his way aboard, we just talked about what happened. He sent the ball 400 feet over the right field wall. Ginder crowds the plate on the left side in an open stance. He wears a black shin guard on his front leg. First pitch runs towards that shin guard in the dirt for ball 1. Very well populated Wednesday night here in Florence. Blue skies overhead. 1-2, swing and a chopper out to the first base side and foul. Fielded off the Yalls dugout by pitcher Edgar Martinez. He's not starting in this series, so he gets to hang out in the sunken-in area off to the first base side with all the boys instead of out in the bullpen. And he shows off his, well, not his glove, that was barehanded. 1-1, Ginder swings and chugs it to deep right center field. Diving in center is Feltz, and he drops it. Hrustich being waved around third. He chases home. The throw to the plate is way offline to the backstop, and into second is Langston Ginder. 6-1 Yalls. That is the second extra base hit of the inning for Florence. Their 4th run as well. Langston Ginder, who homered back in the 2nd inning, has his 3rd RBI. And that is it for Will Armbruster. Manager Bobby Jenks, a 2-time Major League All-Star with the White Sox, winning the World Series there, has to make the trap that he dreaded when he was a pitcher, watching the manager take the baseball away from you. Armbruster done after 5 2/3 innings pitched. We'll get you the new pitcher after a quick break here on the Florence Yalls Baseball Network. A 6-1 Yalls lead.
to 8.
Bringing you back to Thomas More Stadium in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Yalls are enjoying a 6-1 lead off of a 4-run frame that knocked Windy City's starter Will Armbruster out of the game. New pitcher is Kyle Potoff, making his first professional appearance after 3 collegiate seasons at Mizzou and 1 more at Northwestern earlier this year. So he's coming in off of a college season. Comes from a baseball family. His dad, Michael, played college baseball and basketball at Mizzou in the 80s. Runner on second, 2 away. Righty on the bump, lefty at the dish is Sergio Gutierrez. The switch hitter is 0 for 2 today. Potoff peers back at second and deals home. First pitch is a fastball at the knees for a strike. That was a hesitant call from home plate umpire Brett Giron. He made it halfway through the strike signal, so it was a little unclear, but we're going with a strike. He'll correct us later. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Gutierrez out on his front foot. An 80-mile-per-hour curveball in the dirt. 0-2. Potoff in high school back in 2019 was the number 17 overall recruit out of Missouri. Langston Ginder, the runner on second base. Ed Johnson led off the inning with a knock and scored on the next batter when Hank Zeisler doubled him home. Zeisler scored on a Stephen Hrustich 2-run single. 0-2. Swinging a drive down the right field line, but foul. That one hits the top of the party patio and caroms into a trampoline in the kids' zone. How about that? That's not exactly 1 in a million. It's a wide awning, but that slid into the back wall, back netting of the trampoline. Now some kid has a very bouncy souvenir. 0-2 for Gutierrez. Runner in scoring position. 2 away. Potoff from the stretch. Swinging a pop fly over the backstop and foul again. 0-2 count. Sergio Gutierrez has struggled with runners in scoring position, and he's struggled with 2 strikes. Batting 174 with anyone on second or third, and 081 with 2 strikes. He is the team leader in strikeouts with 32. Now 33 today. 0-2. Fastball at the knees. Make it 34. But in any case, it's hard to put a damper on a 4-run Yalls inning here in the bottom of the 6th. 6-1 Florence to score. When we move on to the top of the 7th inning, Rory Tenemer will be back on the play-by-play, and we can enjoy his beautiful vocals there. Stay tuned here on the Florence Yalls Baseball Network.
You guys ready? All right. Push-ups, jumping jacks, sprint. 3, 2, 1, go. You got to cheer who you want to win. So who wants
It's time for a Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken pitching change here on the Florence Y'alls Baseball Network. 6-1 Y'alls at the top of the 7th. Darian Williams replacing Reed Smith. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. With a new wing coming into the game, you can pick up the best wing from the tri-state area at Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. Lee's is always fresh and never frozen. Head into the Florence location on the Burlington Pike any day between 11 a.m. and 9 p.m. He replaces Reed Smith, who in his professional debut let up just 6 hits in 6 innings and 1 run. That was off of a home run from Christian Kizemka, who is leading off this frame. Rory, Darian Williams is a flamethrower, and we thought we were going to see him in a close game, but now the Y'alls are up by 5.
Hey, I'll take it either way. We've seen him in games where the Y'alls are either losing or, I guess, winning big, but this is probably the closest he's been in a game here, and I'm excited to see the flamethrower out there. First pitch misses outside to the batter, Christian Kazemka, who returns to the plate after Joe Johnson was caught stealing to end the top half of the 6th inning way back then. Darian Williams enters 8 games, no record yet, a 2.7 ERA, 10 innings pitched and 11 strikeouts. He's been phenomenal. 2 runs allowed the last time around. Honestly, one of them should have been unearned. Probably would have helped out his ERA there, but that wasn't a home score. That was in Evansville. That one's fouled back, 1-1. So the Y'alls take a 6-1 lead after plating 4 there in the bottom half of the 6th inning. They received a 2-run shot from Langston Ginder in the bottom half of the 2nd inning. Now they lead in the hit column as well. That one's fouled back. They lead 7-6 in the hit column over the Bolts. It's a 6-1 Y'alls lead. Williams on the mound with a 1-2 count to Christian Kazemka. Kazemka today has been very well. 2 for 2, solo shot, and a single stranded over at first. Here comes 1-2 pitch, misses outside. Flamethrower there, 94 miles per hour from Darian Williams on the in-stadium radar, and 96 on Yakkertech. 2-2, working from the stretch, has his sign, comes set with the glove at the chin. 2-2 pitch, hit in the air, center field. In comes Johnson, it's in shallow center. He's called off by the right fielder, Reeves, who's under it. And there's one away.
Good start for Darian Williams. He forces contact, and that's something you always worry about with flame-throwing relief pitchers. Are they going to try and go around the batter and waste their arm on pitches they're not going to swing at? I like that after Reed Smith walks 0 batters, Darian Williams attacks the first guy he sees.
That brings up Brennan Dorigi. First pitch to him, grounder. Looked like it hit off his foot. Darian Williams fields it on the high hop, flips it over to first. 1 pitch, 2 away. Quick inning now for Darian Williams, trying to go 1-2-3.
Hey, we've got the Moneyball mantra for batters. He gets on base. I want to create a new one. He throws strikes.
Yeah, he's very good. Darian Williams, he kind of blew up on that first exhibition game, and then I think he's just been given a bad rap ever since. But he has been phenomenal for the Y'alls this season out of the Los Angeles Angels organization. First pitch, swung on and lifted down the right field foul line. It ends up in the concourse. 92 miles per hour there on a fastball from Darian Williams. 0-1 count to the batter, Emmanuel Sanchez. The Sanchez. Anyone with Sanchez there, Sanchez.
We had a Gary Sanchez trivia question earlier this season. Right. The fastest player to 100 home runs.
He was like 3rd. This one's laced out into left field, but right at the left fielder, Hrustich, who's under it. And a 1-2-3 inning for Darian Williams, who comes off with a big smile. What a great inning. Sub 10 pitches, I believe. That's awesome from Darian. The Y'alls will take 7 pitches there. Y'alls will take a 6-1 lead here into stretch time at Thomas More Stadium. We'll be right back on Y'alls Baseball Network.
Beacon Orthopedics brings you this 7th inning stretch. Beacon is one of the largest and fastest growing orthopedic practices in the Cincinnati area. With more than 20 locations across Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana, Beacon specializes in surgical and non-surgical orthopedics, sports medicine, total joint replacement, and spine care. It's no wonder why they are the official healthcare provider of the Florence Yalls.
Back here in the bottom half of the 7th inning, Alberti Chavez takes the first pitch in there for a strike, a bender from Kyle Potoff, who's back out there for his second inning out there. Only threw the one out. It was a strikeout of Sergio Gutierrez, quickly up 0-2 on Alberti Chavez. Chavez today 1 for 2, singled and was stranded at second back in the 3rd inning. He was able to loft a weak liner right over the third baseman to reach base there. Entered today with a 227 average. 0-2 pitch. Hitting into right field. DeRigi barely has to move. He's under it fighting the sun. There's one away. Now circles back up to the top of the order. Ed Johnson coming to the plate, followed by Hank Zeisler. The two right now due up this inning. We're here in the 7th, and at home, that means it's time for this day in baseball history. Always brought to you by Titan Mechanical. Titan Mechanical Solutions team of professionals are skilled in the fields of commercial and industrial service, maintenance, installation, pipe fitting, plumbing, and project management. Swing and a miss there from Ed Johnson. Titan Mechanical brings you this date in baseball history, so I'll give you guys some cool facts around June 12th here on this date in baseball history. First one we're going to, 1939, so strap into the time machine. June 12th, 1939, the greatest ever gathering of members and future inductees of the Baseball Hall of Fame assembles in historic Cooperstown, New York for the dedication of the museum. Look at this list. Babe Ruth, Ty Cobb, Honus Wagner, Walter Johnson, Grover Cleveland Alexander, Nap LaJoy, George Sisler, Eddie Collins, Tris Speaker, Cy Young, and Connie Mack.
I have to back you up there. Napoleon Lajoie.
Whatever.
The Cleveland had a baseball team
never knew how to say that.
Named after him for a decade.
Yeah, I never knew how to say that one. Either way, he's the least one I could care about. Grew up Cleveland Alexander there. Connie Mack. Those are some guys that you never even hear about nowadays. But
was Mordecai Three Finger Brown in the second class?
I have
One of
no
my
idea.
favorite names.
He is a good man there. 1-0, laced down the right field line, and it's fair. And it bounces off the wall. On his way to second is Hank Zeisler. The throw there beats him. Tag applied in time. It will go down as a single for Zeisler, an untraditional 1-2-3. Ed Johnson was struck out swinging. A very quick inning here. At the bottom of the 7th, Yalls go down in order. We'll head to the top half of the 8th. They're protecting a 6-1 lead here on Yalls Baseball Network.
Top of the 8th inning coming your way, and I don't want to say it, I don't want to jinx anything, but it's felt like a speedy game. I'm not going to comment on the actual time because I know that will make it automatically 2 hours longer than we're expecting it to be. But the Yalls are up 6-1. Darian Williams on the hill for his second inning of work, and why not? He only threw 7 pitches in the last frame, taking down the Windy City Thunderbolts 5-6-7 hitters 1-2-3. Now it's 8-9-1, and the catcher J.J. Figueroa, Garrett Broussard, the third baseman, in the top of the order, and Cam Phelps. He's 1 for 3. Broussard 1 for 2, but Figueroa 0 for 2. Righty-lefty matchup. Williams pitching from the middle of the rubber deals, swung off the front foot for Figueroa. So it's an 0-1 count. Rory, that was just a bolt of an inning because Darian Williams threw 7 pitches. On the other side, Kyle Potoff got out of it, and 3 batters on 8 pitches. a combined 15-pitch inning. We have had one pitcher go longer than that in multiple frames in this game.
Wow. So you're saying we won that inning from a pitch?
We won that inning.
There you go.
By 1.
0-1 is fouled straight back. Going to hit on top of us. There it is. 0-2 count. Now to the batter, J.J. Figueroa, the man behind the plate. He's 0 for 2 on the day.
Very good timing from our special effects crew on that glass sound effect. It sounded right as the ball plunked off the top of the press box.
Very good timing. 0-2 count. Williams from the stretch. Misses outside. 1-2. How about that group of Hall of Famers meeting in Cooperstown? Did you ever go to Cooperstown?
Many, many times. I'm from Massachusetts. I went to school at Syracuse. It's right in the middle.
Did you get to play? 1-2 misses inside. 2-2.
No, I never got to play in Cooperstown. But when I was maybe, I think, 10 years old, my older sister had a softball tournament right around there.
Oh, yeah.
And our careers compared to each other, I would maybe make it the minor leagues. She would be a first ballot 100% Hall of Famer.
Wow. Sergio Gutierrez takes a time here. I don't know if he's just getting some water. No, he's getting a new mitt.
Equipment malfunction.
Yeah.
I wonder whose glove he's taking. Not every catcher has a backup glove. Yeah. I didn't when I played back in high school. But some guys really like to cater their glove in a certain way, customize it. I don't know if he's taking Zade Richardson or Hank Zeisler or Brian Fuentes' glove for this.
Ground ball right side. Diving stop from Hank Zeisler. He gets up and tags the bag himself. Great play from Zeisler over there yesterday. In left field, we saw a sliding play. Over here, he dives to save one going down the line. There's one away here in the top half of the 8th.
He plays everywhere. We've seen him behind the dish. He was in left field, like you said yesterday, and at first today. Stellar play there. And Sergio Gutierrez behind the dish escapes one pitch without having to use whoever's glove he's wearing.
That'll bring up Garrett Broussard, bottom of the order. The beer batter of the game, always brought to you by Party Town. The first pitch misses upstairs. Party Town has great prices and selections of liquor, craft beer, wine, cigars, and party supplies. Visit us today in the Turfway Plaza, 6823, Burlington Pike. 1-0 count to him. Williams from the stretch, grounded up the middle. That'll fall in for a base hit. Sends it right back where it came from. And there's a 1-out runner aboard for the Windy City Thunderbolts.
And with the top of the order coming up, the lights are on here at Thomas More Stadium. Call for the lights brought to you by Edgewood Electric. From the beginning, Edgewood has been dedicated to leading the electrical data and telephone industries. That means a commitment to safety, cutting-edge installation, innovation, and to you. On Dudley Road in Edgewood, reach out at edgewoodusa.com or call 888-560-6656 and see how Edgewood Electric commits to a customer-first attitude.
Cam Feltz in the lefty's batter's box. First pitch to him, ground ball right side. Fielded in foul territory by Hank Zeisler. 0-1 count to him. Another hit and run there. Looked like runner on first now. Garrett Broussard was on the move. Today, Cam Feltz 1 for 3. A couple of ground outs to the right side his last time around after a single in the first. Long hold from Williams on the mound. 0-1 pitch. Misses outside. 92 miles per hour there on the fastball from Williams. That one misses outside. It's a 2-1 count. One away, runner on first. Y'all's lead 6-1. Even in the hit column, 7 hits apiece for the Bolts and the Y'alls. Y'alls have a 6-run lead. Well, it's pretty amazing. No errors on either side so far. Usually that's kind of the telltale sign when you're even in hits and such a lopsided score. That one's fouled down the left field line.
Well, it's been about hit distribution in this one. Windy City has just one multi-hit inning. They've reached base on a hit in now 6 different innings, 5 of them with just one hit. The Y'alls had a 2-hit inning and a 4-hit inning. That's where they did all their damage.
Here's the 2-2 pitch, hit down the left field line, but foul again. That one ends up bouncing off our front office over there. I believe actually downstairs the clubhouse.
Well, we don't know yet. We haven't been inside to work there. You've gotten a couple tours of what it could be, but we don't know what it is.
Unofficial tours. Unofficially official.
Is that official?
I actually haven't seen the clubhouse downstairs entirely, but I was able to get a glimpse. This one's hit in the air into shallow center field. Incoming Ed Johnson. He's under it. Throw goes back to first. Not picked in time from Hank Zeisler. They would have had Garrett Broussard over there, as he was way off on a ball in shallow center field. Odd choice from him. Let's take another look at it on the replay here. You can see Ed Johnson running in with it, so we'll have the momentum on any throw to first. Garrett Broussard, that would have beat him if Hank Zeisler could have cleanly picked that.
Well, he was waiting to see if that would drop or maybe Johnson would make an error and let it slip, but too indecisive.
That brings up Thomas Rodriguez, who grounds the first pitch to the left side on the backhand throw on the run from Chavez in time. So just a single, no runs, no walks for Darian Williams. He clears the base pass for his second consecutive inning. The Y'alls will carry a 6-1 lead into the bottom half of the eighth, coming up here on Y'alls Baseball Network.
Bottom of the eighth inning coming your way here in Florence. And the Y'alls are up 6-1. They are driving cleanly all over the field, and the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety suggests you do the same thing. Make sure when you get behind the wheel, you drive safe and arrive alive. The Y'alls staying alive with a 6-1 lead, entering what could be their last time up at the plate here in the bottom of the eighth.
Yeah, 6-1 lead. Let's try and break out of this tie in the hit column. 7 hits apiece for the Y'alls and the Bolts. New pitcher on the mound.
That's Hunter Dupuy, the righty out of Louisiana. And he is an alum of Faulkner University, the alma mater of Y'alls hitting coach Craig Massey, an NAIA school.
You're saying Hunter Dupree, even though there's no U there on that. There's no R.
Dupuy.
Dupree here, 37 on the pronunciation. That's interesting.
Wow.
D-U-P-U-Y.
Well, he's from Louisiana. Maybe that's a Cajun thing.
Maybe. Brian Fuentes, an 0-1 count on him, takes the first pitch there. 0-1 pitch, fouled on the first base line, out of play. Fuentes today, 0 for 2, walk and a run scored in the 6th inning. With that walk, he extended his team lead on the season, now with 20 walks even for Fuentes. It's Fuentes, Reeves, Richardson, 2 up for the Y'alls. 0-2 count, swing and a miss. Curveball on the inside part of the plate. Down goes Fuentes. First strikeout for Dupree. That'll bring up TJ Reeves.
We're looking for some more production out of Reeves. He is hitless in this series in 7 at-bats.
Yeah, 0 for 7, swings and misses at the first pitch here. Looks like he might just be doing a little too much.
He's just in a funk where, yeah, he's trying to do too much. He hits home runs at Thomas More Stadium, and that's what he's trying to do, but once you just think about line drives, it gets easier.
0-1 pitch to him. That one misses upstairs. Such an even-keel guy talking to him as well. Always working on his craft. Him and Zade Richardson, as I mentioned on the road trip, just going back and forth trying to help each other out, noticing things. Obviously, they're back-to-back in the lineup, and they also sit next to each other on the bus. So very cool to see and just listen to. But, yeah, always, just working on that stance, on that swing. He tries to model his swing after Ronald Acuna. I think he does a pretty good job. It's a 1-2 count on him.
Not a bad guy to reflect.
Yeah. 1-2 pitch. Runs inside. Almost hits Reeves. He avoids it there. 2-2 count.
Is Acuna a two-time MVP or just one?
One.
One, but he won Rookie of the Year in 2018.
Correct. And we just got to make sure Reeves only modeling his swing, not the team there, although I know he does like the Braves, and not the injuries. 2-2, swing and a miss. Bottom of the zone there. Another off-speed breaker, 83 from Dupree. 2 up, 2 strikeouts for Dupree. That'll bring up Zade Richardson, also 0 for 3 on the day. So the All have put up 6 runs with their 4-5 hitters. 0 for 7 currently. You could go back to that even more. Their 3-4-5 hitters are 0 for 10 with a walk. So how about that? Then a run scored from Fuentes. Swing and a miss there on the first pitch. 91.7 on the fastball from Dupree. Dots up the outside part of the plate. 0-1 count to Zade Richardson at the plate. 0-1 runs way high. 85 miles per hour there. Dupree. Out of Louisiana, as you said, from Faulkner University. Same place as Craig Massey. This one's laced out into shallow right center field. Going back as the second baseman. He can't get there. T.J. Reeves, or Zade Richardson rather, with a 2-out single.
It's not often we see Zade go opposite field. I like that he's trying to extend to the full part of the yard. Pretty much doubles up how many hits he can get.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't go hitless in this one. 1 for 4. Actually extends his current on-base streak to 5 with that single. That'll bring up Steven Rustich. He's had himself a great day at the plate. That one's in there for a strike. Rustich, 2 for 3, 2 runs scored, and a 2-run single his last time around in the 6th. He's made a big impact on this lineup ever since he entered just yesterday. 2-step lead for Richardson over at first. Long hold on the mound from Dupree. 0-1 pitch. Foul back. How was Rustich in college with home runs? Got any power? Looks like obviously a big hitter at the plate.
So Steven Rustich in college, we've talked about his record-setting walks plenty of times. Home runs his last year, he hit 15.
Oh, there you go. So he does have some power. 0-2 pitch, laces it into right field. DeRigi is going back in front of the warning track. He makes the catch on a good punch out to right field from Rustich, but that will end the inning. So just 1 hit, no runs scored from the Alls in the bottom half of the 8th. In comes Kent Kleiman to try and shut down the door. They'll take a 6-1 lead in the top of the 9th, coming up here on Y'all's Baseball Network. Top of the 9th here at Thomas More Stadium. The Y'alls looking to protect 6-1 lead. We got a Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken pitching change, always brought to you by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. Lee's always fresh, never frozen. Heading to the Florence location anytime between 11 a.m. and 9 p.m. New wing on the mound is the left-handed pitcher Kent Kleiman. Kleiman has been in these scenarios before. He's got a team-leading 9 appearances on the season, 0-1 record. He does have that save, a 6.35 ERA, 11 and a third innings pitched, 16 strikeouts. For the big man and the big lefty Kleiman, who stands tall at 6'7", 260 pounds out of Williamsburg, Virginia. Kleiman set to face the heart of the order, Henry Kuziak, Joe Johnson, and Christian Kuzemka. Kuziak in the right-handed batter's box. First pitch misses just outside, 92.3 on the fastball from Kent Kleiman.
It was an awkward start to the day for Kuziak because he was robbed on that hit up the middle when Reed Smith soccer balled it to himself.
1-0, misses just downstairs.
That was a crazy play. He hit it up the middle. It looked like it bounced off his heel and just stuck on the rubber, and Reed Smith had a hey, look what I found moment and tossed on to first.
That's one we're hoping to see in the top plays tomorrow. Here comes the 2-0, fouled straight back. 93 miles per hour there from Kleiman. Kuziak was hunting the 2-0 fastball. That was actually just a bit high on the zone, but Kleiman gets a strike anyway. It's a 2-1 count with no outs here in the top half of the ninth inning. Y'all's lead 6-1. 2-1. Connects on the outside part of the plate. Beautifully spotted there from Kleiman, 90.5. He's thrown all fastballs here the first 4 pitches. He's got a 2-2 count. Looks in for his sign, has it. Glove right at the chest. From the stretch, 2-2 pitch. Sent in the air down the right field line. Reeves is giving way, and it bounces off the top of the wall. Reeves fields it, throw to second. Not in time, misses the cutoff. And a leadoff double for Henry Kuziak. Henry Kuziak greets Kent Kleiman into this game with a leadoff double. Now you got Joe Johnson coming to the plate, who's 2 for 3 with 2 singles.
This is where it gets tough. This is what the heart of your order is supposed to do. Johnson has a pair of singles, like you just said. Christian Kuzemka is 2 for 3, including that long home run to left field back in the second inning. But after that, it's sort of smooth sailing. The next 3 batters are all hitless today. A combined 0 for 9.
All 3 of these guys that Kleiman and have homered in this series so far. First pitch, slider in there for a strike. Awkward call there from the home plate umpire, Brett Gyron. Kind of went up and then went to the chest.
He's had a few indecisive strike calls in this one.
That's what happens when you have that chest call, right in front with the rock. Doesn't give the, standard outside point. 0-1, connects outside part of the plate. 93 there, beautifully placed from Kleiman. 0-2 count to Johnson. Johnson punched one out to left field his last time up. He's a very good hitter. We've seen him go both sides, pull side and oppo. Got a runner out on second. Nobody out and an 0-2 count on him. Even in the hit call, 8 apiece. 0-2 pitch. Runs inside, almost hits Johnson. Wow. 94, sweet chin music. Whew.
Yeah, he corkscrewed out of the way of that. It came high and inside. He just had to twist out of the box.
How about this? I had my glasses on that entire time. It's 8:50 at night.
Still relatively light out.
1-2 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Goes into center field for a base hit. Getting the wave. Throw goes to the plate, not in time. On his way to second, Johnson. Tag applied. He's off the bag. Ooh, they call him safe. Thought he slid over the bag. Chavez upset about that one. A run comes in, an RBI single from Joe Johnson.
We'll take another look at that while they argue out at second base. We've got the benefit of replay. The umpires do not, but they at least get to chat about it and think about what they did. That is first base umpire Greg Hendricks who made the call. We got a nice shot of the run coming home. Great job by our video team. But look, he's off the base and Chavez had the ball on him.
And Chavez is livid right away. You can have Chad Rhodes out there. He's pleading his case. There's not going to be anything you can really do about this one. No replay. Plus, you got to assume first base umpire has the best look at it.
And actually, that was Nick Barone, the first base umpire. The crew chief is the third base umpire, Greg Hendricks. He can overrule the call, but I don't think he'd do that. That's unless you're absolutely sure, you don't show up another umpire like that. That's part of the unwritten rule.
Yeah, and they call him safe. Call confirmed.
I mean, in his defense, that is a split second, and Chavez was blocking his view. I mean, it's not Alberto Chavez's fault that he was at second base.
No, it's Nick Barone. I mean, you just got to be better than that.
I'm just not sure he could actually really see.
No, I'm joking around. That's a tough call. I mean, I probably would have made the right call, but just 12-year-old.
12U umpire Rory Tettemer would have made a great call, never made a wrong call.
All-star.
All-star, that's true.
Yeah, as well. The first pitch to Christian Gazemka, 6-2 ball game now, and earned run against Kent Kleiman. Still nobody out and a runner on second. Gazemka, 1 for 2, or 2 for 3. That home run back in the second inning, a solo shot, was the lone run for the Bolts entering this inning before that RBI single from Joe Johnson out on second now. 1-0 pitch, connects outside part of the plate. Kleiman, 90.9 there on the fastball. I believe the Bolts took the lead in the hit column there, 9-8. Confirm that for me? We were already tied 8-8 before that hit. There comes the 1-1, runs inside, almost hits Gazemka. 2-1.
Well, that's 2 hits this inning for Windy City. They have 9 now. The Yalls are sitting with also 9. It's a 9-9 game in hits.
9-9 game in hits. So we are tied. We were up 2 then. Yalls lead 6-2. It's a 2-1 count to Gazemka with a runner on second, nobody out. 2-1 pitch, ground ball, high hopper down the third base line, but foul. 2-2.
And now you get the foot race between short and third for that foul ball. That's what the Yalls need, is an extra set of ball boys and ball girls down the line to retrieve those balls that end up in no man's land.
Are you volunteering?
No. I'm 22, Rory. I'm legally an adult. I'm talking about unpaid labor that we can get from kids to go chase down the balls.
You would easily take a job there, being the ball boy for like the Reds. 2-2 pitch, ground ball up the middle. It's going to move the runner over to third. Langston Ginder has it on the high hop. 4-3 on the putout. There's one away, runner on third now in Johnson.
I would love to be the ball boy for the Reds, the Red Sox, or the Florence Yalls. I just think that there are more qualified people for the job. Kids have more energy.
You're right.
They're faster than I am.
You're right.
And well, we're about to see my speed on display because I'm going to have to run to the field in case the Yalls win the game soon, so we can talk to player of the game, who we'll decide when we get down there.
What if you were paid in conies? Do you think that would?
That would incentivize me.
Yeah,
although my lifespan would be much shorter, so they'd have to have an insurance policy out on me.
And Johnson does not matter over at third. It's a 6-2 lead for the Yalls. It's 1 away here in the top half of the 9th inning. First pitch connects to Brendan Dorigi. Dorigi, as Jesse was saying, 0 for 3, as well as the next 3 batters. Dorigi, Sanchez, Figueroa. There's 1 away here in the top half of the 9th, runner on third, and Johnson. 0-1 pitch. Misses downstairs, 1-1. The Yalls are fueled by a 4-run 6th inning. They were able to take a commanding lead in this one. They lead by 4 runs right now. 1-1 pitch. This is just outside. So it's a 2-1 count to Dorigi at the plate. Jesse Cook showing off the wheels. He's going to go get a post-game interview for us after the Yalls hopefully hold to win this one. Here comes the 2-1. Connects on the outside part of the plate, in there for a strike. 2-2. It's a 6-2 ball game. Kent Kleiman trying to work out of this. Has already allowed 1 run here in the top half of the 9th. Still a lot to play with here. Here comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Fastball high, 93 at the top of the zone. And there's 2 away. Bolts down to their final out. First strikeout of the evening for Kleiman. For Darian Williams, it was a very good outing. 2 innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs, no strikeouts, no walks. Kent Kleiman on the mound. Lefty-righty battle against the batter Sanchez. First pitch to him, swings and fouls it down the right field line, 0-1 count. The Yalls are looking to go 9-18 on the season. Maybe try and start a win streak here. That'd be nice to see. 0-1 count to Sanchez. The Sanchez. 0-1 ground ball up the middle, and it'll go in for a base hit. In comes Joe Johnson. 6-3 ball game. 2 away, runner on first. Now 2 runs come in here in the 9th. He's going to inflate Kleiman's ERA just a little bit, but as long as he comes in and can nail the door successfully, I don't think you really are too worried about that. There's 2 away, and J.J. Figueroa steps up to the plate, so a lefty-lefty battle now. First pitch to him. Catches the top of the zone in there for a strike, 91.4 on the fastball from Kleiman. Good spin rate on that one, too, 21.03 on a fastball. 0-1 pitch. Oof, just misses outside. Connect on Yakkertek, 92.3. 1-1 count to Figueroa. Figueroa today 0 for 3. Struck out swinging, popped up to the catcher, grounded over to first. 1-1. Fouled away. We'll do it again. 1-2. Bolts now down to their final strike. One, 2 now. Kleiman working from the stretch on the third base side of the rubber. Looks in, has his sign, glove at the chest. Here comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Slider from Kleiman, and the Yalls win this one 6-3 here in Game 2 of the 3-game series against the Windy City Thunderbolts. Yalls even the series 1-1, and they take a 3-2 season series lead over the Thunderbolts after a 6-3 win here in Game 2, fueled by a 4-run 4th inning. The Yalls received a 2-run shot from Langston Ginder in the 2nd inning that put them up 2-1. Heading into the 6th, the Yalls then were able to really explode. It started off with a single from Ed Johnson. He was brought in by an RBI double from Hank Zeisler, a walk to Brian Fuentes. They were both brought in from a 2-run single from the new man, Steven Hrustich, who was then brought in from an RBI double from Langston Ginder. Ginder finishes the day 2 for 3 with a home run, 3 RBIs, and a double. A beautiful game for Langston Ginder at the plate. We got Jesse Cook down at the field. And we're going to have a post-game interview from Jesse Cook, who looks like he grabbed Langston Ginder. We'll send it down to you, Jesse.
Langston Ginder, and man, you're kind of the hero of this one. 3 RBIs, a home run, a double. What did you see during that first swing? First swing, I was able to get my hands through and swing, but I was just happy that the pitchers went out there and did their job. We went out there and played the game that we know how to play, and we were just able to get back on a roll, and that's kind of what we hope. So going out tomorrow, hoping to stay with the momentum and just stay with it again, man. Yeah, Yalls can earn the series win tomorrow, and you got that clutch gene. You scored the walk-off run in extras against the Thunderbolts, and you had the walk-off sac fly last week against the Washington Wild Things. Now the home run, the double, what is it that works for you? I'm just grateful for the opportunity to come out here and play with people every single day. It makes me better and makes me want to play the game of baseball. So just going out and making sure I'm having fun and giving the glory to the Lord, and that's all that I can ask for, honestly. So I'm just going out there and playing and having fun. So, well, that was a game full of glory. Congrats on the great win, Langston. Good luck tomorrow. Jesse Cookson, and back up to the press bucket for Rory to wrap up this big win for the Yalls.
Thank you, Jesse. We appreciate that. Very good interview there, and our first sideline interview of the season here on the pregame show for the Florence Yalls. The Yalls win this one by a final score of 6-3. You heard it from the man Langston Ginder. Just a beautiful win for him. 2-run shot, his 2nd of the season. 3 RBIs in the affair. Able to score a run as well. He went 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs, a run scored. home run and a double. Great game for Langston Ginder and a spot start there, hoping to earn a few more plate appearances this season. The Yalls will win this one. Final score was 6-3. Kleiman let up a few runs there in the top half of the ninth, but was able to punch the door closed. The win will go to the new man on the mound, Reed Smith, who fired 6 innings, 6 hits, allowing just 1 run, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. Emphasis on no walks. That's why you pick him up. He was very limited in walks throughout his college career and shows it in the first game today. Will Armbruster gets his second loss of the season. He moves to 1-2. A beautiful win for the Yalls here on Pride Night, Wednesday night. We're going to do it again tomorrow. Our starter is unknown. It was supposed to be Randy Abshir, who was coming in after just being signed. He's been scratched due to what is known as a sickness, I believe, and he'll be opposed by the left-hand, or won't be opposed by the left-handed pitcher, Michael Barker. Barker also threw against the Yalls back in that first series, week of May 14th, but currently do not know who will be towing the rubber for the Yalls. I'm assuming probably Yanniker Villalobos. I mean, that's the other people in there. It'd be Villalobos and Edgar Martinez, but Martinez threw on Sunday, so I'm sure we'd probably go to the opposition there in Yanniker Villalobos, but maybe it's a spot start for someone like Logan Campbell.
It could be. By the way, I just sprinted back up here, so
Yeah.
you're welcome for making the run. Some heavy breath. But Logan Campbell has been going through it all week, just going through the motions, making sure he's ready for a full start. We've seen him in relief. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him start. It could be a bullpen day tomorrow. Chad Rhodes isn't exactly fond of bullpen days, but in the middle of a big week like this, where you're trying out new starters, maybe that's the play. Just have guys that you can keep hot all along. Maybe don't throw them too long. We had Alex Wagner go 20 pitches yesterday. Darian Williams, 19 today. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a carousel tomorrow.
You are gassed.
I am. Oh, my God. I'm out of shape, Rory.
He is gassed going back
I've been
here.
going to the gym lately, too. I'm in better shape than I was at the beginning of the season. So that tells you what I was at the end of college.
Got to work harder in the gym
Oh,
there.
my God.
Either way, it's a great night here for Florence Yalls baseball. What a quick game, too. Not even,
Yeah, well, when was that final out?
it was before 9 o'clock.
I think, an 8:58 final out. That
Yeah.
makes it a 2-hour and 16-minute game.
Easily the quickest game of the season.
And you know what that means? The great thing that means? It's that I have time to watch the Celtics-Mavs Game 3 of the NBA Finals. I haven't even checked the score yet.
Oh, man, and you could watch the Red Sox just came back against the Phils. They're leading 6-4. It was a 4-1 game.
Wonderful, wonderful. Hey, Celtics are trailing by 4 in the last minute of the first quarter. But you know what? The Mavs won the first quarter in Game 2, and the Celtics ended up winning by 7.
Kristaps Porzingis on the bench today. Injured there, we know. So
Yes,
you guys
but
can go.
we do know that if the Celtics win the championship and they do it this week, I'm going to be wearing a Celtics jersey to work.
And that means also the Phillies are guaranteed to go to the World Series. So that's good news for Phillies fans as well.
Because when the Celtics won the championship in 2008, the Phillies also won the World Series.
And when the Celtics went to the finals in 2022, we also went to the final or World Series.
So
in
the
2022.
Celtics and Phillies are tied together because when the Celtics won the championship, the Phillies